Okay. So today we are going to discuss about this heart, not that one. That one you can discuss with your friends and family members. Okay. So first thing, what about the cardiovascular system? What we are going to see it. First, in the cardiovascular system, we have a heart, we have blood, and we have a blood vessels. Now, one question we can ask you, I can ask you, how many types of blood vessels we have? So we have two, artery and vein. Okay, but if in an option, if you're getting this question in a exam, and they are asking, they have given three option. Means there is one option which is having three also. Then choose that one. Majorly, we will say, we have artery and we have vein. That's all. But we have a capillaries also. Capillaries in a connection between artery and vein. Okay, I'll show you. Then you will see there what is the difference between artery, vein, and capillary. Okay. You tell me what is the difference between artery and vein. What is artery? What is vein? And the 12 o'clock batch, we have always like very.
Arteries keep blood, take blood away from the heart, and the veins brings blood towards the heart.
Very good, man. Very good. Okay, so what now? There is a two definition on that. So this what Javed has given, that is a exact definition. But if we will go with the one not accurate definition for always is in school what we learn. In school we learn that artery carries oxygenated blood and veins carry deoxygenated blood. That is also correct. But there we have one exception. Okay, pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. So that is why this definition what Javed has given, that is accurate one. There we do not have any exception, which is artery is flowing blood away from the heart and veins carries blood towards the heart. How you will remember? A for artery, A for away. Okay. So artery always carries blood away from the heart. Good. That is one thing. Now let's see. Whenever you will see artery and vein diagram in any book, artery will be represented with the red color and veins will be represented as a blue in color. The one what I feel is a reason is that artery is most of the arteries, only one, except one. We have all the arteries which carries blood, which carries oxygenated blood. And oxygenated blood, it sorry, it looks like a red because we have oxygen there. Okay, and veins deoxygenated blood. Deoxygen means we have a carbon dioxide, and that looks blue. So our veins also look blue, right? If you're going gym, so you must be knowing that one. If you'll do intense workout, then you will see your veins. That is some bluish in color, right? So, now what normal types of injection we are getting? If we'll get injection, what type of injection we have? If I'll go for some antibiotic injection, then is it intra-arterial or intravenous?
Venous.
Anyone?
IV.
IV, very good. Correct. That is IV. IV means intravenous only. Remember, intra-arterials are very, very rare. Okay? Because arteries carries blood away from the heart. So we don't know if you are giving injection on the hand, it will go only on the hand only, that injection, the medicine. But if you are giving on the vein, it will go first to the heart, and then heart will circulate everywhere. Okay. So artery, vein, and capillaries. Capillaries are very. So veins are very. The veins diameters are very big. You can see 1 mm to 15 mm, while arteries are 0.1 to 10 mm. And capillaries are very minute structure, which is 5 to 10 micron. Function of a blood and circulation. We have blood is a courier guy. Okay, I used to say this one for everyone, to everyone, that blood is a courier guy. Whatever you need, blood will deliver. Whatever you means your cells, any body organ. If my brain is saying, "Bhai, I need oxygen," blood will say, "Okay, you stay calm. I will carry oxygen." My brain will say, "I need glucose, food." I will carry food. Okay. Blood will carry fluid. Then they will say, "Yaar, I want to throw it." The liver will say, "This chemical I don't want. Where I will throw?" Blood will say, "I will take responsibility. Throw to me. I will carry it to somewhere else." So blood is a courier guy. Blood is a garbage collection guy. It circulates oxygen, removes carbon dioxide, provides cells with the nutrients, remove the waste products of metabolism of the excretory organs for disposal, protect the body against disease and infection, which we have. Today only we have seen a pathology, WBC. Okay. Clotting, stop bleeding after injury. We have a clotting factors. Transport hormones to the targeted cells and organs, especially the hormones which is from the endocrine glands. Endocrine gland, okay, glands, okay, I'm just coming on back on that. Glands. Glands are the structure which secrete any chemical or hormone. Okay. So we have two types of a gland. So in surgery, we will talk like this. Okay, we can correlate all the component. If at any moment, if you feel that, yeah, I do not understand, or this is little heavy for me, please let me know. Because see, endocrine gland, now I'm talking about the idea that how it interconnected. Okay. If you can't understand, if you are having any doubt, please let me know. So glands are a structure which secretes hormones or chemical. We have two types of gland. One is exocrine gland, which secretes their hormones by a duct, by a pipe, and endocrine gland, endo, which secretes their hormone directly on the bloodstream. Like a thyroid is an endocrine gland, which secretes their thyroid hormone into blood. Okay, directly on the blood. So blood will take that hormone into targeted organs or cells and regulate body temperature. Hemostasis also will be done by the blood. So this is a basic function of the blood and circulation system. If I am coming to the heart now, heart have a three layer, the heart muscles. I'm talking about three layers. We have epicardium, myocardium, and endocardium. Okay? Epi means outer, myo means middle, and endo means inside. Okay. Now coming to the heart structure, guys. Again, if you are not from the science background, you are seeing this diagram first time. Okay, you always believe that heart is like that emoji wala heart. Okay, our heart looks like this only. Then please let me know, or just ask me if you have any doubt. I'll try to explain you in a very simple words. If you have doubt, please ping me. Don't hesitate. Don't think about others. Okay, because for this chapter, the anatomy is very important. Those chapters we have a designated course that this is that. Means if you know anatomy of a heart, then only you can understand the codes. Okay, so heart we have four chamber. Just imagine it's like our 3 BHK room, 3 BHK flat. Okay, 3 bedroom and 1 hall, or four room home we have. Okay, so 2 rooms from the right side. It's known as a right side, means blue color. Why blue? I'll tell you. And 2 from the left side. Now upper room, upper chambers. is known as a atrium. Okay, or just imagine we have a duplex here. A home which is have a duplex, 2 room down, 2 room up. So up wala room will be known as a atrium. A comes first, no? So that is why top wala room is a atrium. V comes down, that's a ventricle. Okay. So right side ventricle, left side ventricle. Right side atrium, left side atrium. This is clear? Atrium and ventricle. Okay. We have this 4 chamber, right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Now, this week talk that, okay. See, this is a diagram, detailed diagram of a heart. Now, I'm going to explain you how heart blood circulation occurs, how the blood circulates inside the heart. Okay, please switch on your imaginary mode. Okay, just like a kid, if I'll tell any kid, oh, there is a jungle, there was a lion, he will imagine that one. Okay, so please switch on that imagination mode, and it's very easy because, and if you want, just go to the YouTube, find type the heart blood circulation animated video, you will get that one. Okay, so now from our top, remember, artery carries blood away from the heart, veins carry blood towards the heart. Okay, so now from heart is the center of our body, our chest region. Okay, now all the veins from our top body part, maybe our shoulder, maybe our neck, maybe our head, they will carry blood, okay, towards the heart. They will carry with one duct, one vessel, which is known as a superior vena cava. Vena cava here is the largest vein, which is carrying blood towards the heart. And from the down, we have a inferior vena cava. Superior means top, inferior means down. Vena cava, it means veins. So now, these two blood vessels taking all the blood which is deoxygenated towards the heart and pouring blood into the right atrium. Now just imagine all the blood come to the right atrium. Right atrium is filled with the blood, and this is deoxygenated. That is why it is known as, it is shown as a blue in color. Now it cannot come to the right ventricle as of now, because there is one door, a door which is known as a tricuspid valve. Okay. Now door open, all the blood will come to the right ventricle. And why it is coming here? Because we have a pressure. Okay. What happened? First, when all the blood will come to the right atrium, that time right atrium will dilate and pouring all the blood. Okay. Then right atrium will compress. If it is compressing just like a balloon, if you have a water balloon, just compress it. Okay. So, and valve will open. So all the blood will come down to the right ventricle. As it will come to the right ventricle dilate. So atrium and ventricle dilation and compression will be alternative. If atrium will compress, ventricle will dilate. When ventricle will compress, atrium will dilate. So atrium has compressed and valve is open, tricuspid valve open. All the blood came to the right ventricle. Now door is closed. Tricuspid valve closed. Now ventricle will compress, but door is closed. The tricuspid valve is closed. The blood cannot go back to the right atrium. So what will happen in this condition? Pulmonary valve will open. Okay, you can see pulmonary valve, which is heading to pulmonary artery. So when right ventricle will compress, pulmonary valve will open and it will go to the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery, it means it's a lung artery. It is leading blood to the lung. So pulmonary artery will bifurcate. One is a right, one will go to the right, one will go to the left. So right wala pulmonary artery will go to the right lung, left wala pulmonary artery will go to the left lung. So now here you can see exception. Arteries are always carrying oxygenated blood, but this pulmonary arteries carries blood which is deoxygenated. That is one exception. If someone will ask you here what is exception, this one. Okay, similar way, but the second definition which Joy said, artery carries blood away from the heart. So yes, this pulmonary artery is carrying blood away from the heart. Away means from heart to lungs. So that definition is correct. Now in lung what will happen? Lungs we will have this kind of a capillaries. Now just imagine we have a pulmonary artery which is carrying deoxygenated blood. So lung alveoli. We don't have a diagram here. In a lung alveoli, the basic structure of the lung is the alveoli, just like a grape structure. Grapes, okay. So in that grapes structure, our pulmonary artery has surrounded that grapes. Now, when I inhale, that grape structure alveoli is filled with the oxygen. Okay, and then this pulmonary artery will give carbon dioxide to alveoli and will take oxygen from that alveoli. Now that pulmonary artery, not even artery actually, that is capillaries now. That capillaries will become oxygenated like this. Okay. Here in capillary oxygen carbon dioxide exchange will happen in a pulmonary or in a lung. So now oxygen carbon dioxide exchange done. Now my pulmonary artery wala capillary is converted to pulmonary vein capillary because that will fill with the oxygen. Okay. Now that's all oxygenated pulmonary vein will carry blood towards the left atrium. Now you can see pulmonary vein is a red in color because it is carrying blood towards the heart, pulmonary vein, but oxygenated blood. Exception. So pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins are exception for the first definition of a artery vein. Okay. So now at left atrium has dilated. All the oxygenated blood comes under the left atrium. Right. Now when left atrium will compress, mitral valve will open. All the blood will come to the left ventricle. Okay. Now left at ventricle will compress. Mitral valve is already closed. So aortic valve will open. When aortic valve will open, all the blood will go to the aorta. Aorta is the largest artery. Okay. And now this aorta will be divided into small artery which is carrying oxygenated blood away from the heart to the particular organs. Good? Okay, just think about it. Whatever I told you, just think about it and tell me if you have any doubt on the blood circulation. Okay, so any doubt?
No, sir.
Very good. Okay, so now this compression, dilation, what I told you, when the atrium will compress, ventricle will dilate, and ventricle will compress, atrium will dilate. We have a walls and everything. How it will be regulated? Who will regulate this one? Okay. How it is on the sink? That will be done by the electrical conduction in the heart. Yes, we have a small electrical conduction or electrical current in our heart, which is generated from the top of a right atrium, which is known as the sinus node, and then it will be transferred to AV node. Node means a point. AV means atrioventricular node. Atrium and ventricular node. So it's just a between atrium, atrium and ventricular on the right side. Okay. Then it will go to the between left ventricle and right ventricle, which is known as a bundle branches, and then make a W shape. So just imagine if the sinus node has started the impulse, the same time both atrium will compress, because you can see the electrical conduction will go to the both atrium first. Okay, it compress. Once it will reach to the atrioventricular and it will go to the bundle branches. Okay, that time ventricle will compress. So there is a very small pause, time gap, reaching the impulses from the sinus node to bundle branches. So when the impulse are in a sinus node, it is a compressing atrium, ventricle will dilate. Okay. When it is reaching to the bundle branches, ventricle will compress and atrium will dilate. So this is all phenomena happens in the with the based of electrical conduction in the heart. Again, I am suggesting you please watch some videos on that. Okay, this animated videos. Then you may be asked at what type of valves we have. So we have 4 valves. Okay, first valves, tricuspid valve. Why tricuspid? You can see there are 3 cuspid or just like a windows type of things. Okay, so someone may ask here, where the tricuspid valve is? Where it is? So it is between the right atrium and right ventricle. Then pulmonary valve will we have, which is between the pulmonary artery and pulmonary artery and right ventricle. Okay. Then we have a mitral valve. Mitral valve also known as bicuspid valve. Bi means 2, tri means 3. So mitral valve, it is between the left atrium and left ventricle, and then aortic valve, which is between left ventricle to aorta. Okay, all good?
Yes, sir.
Good. Then this diagram you have in your book, which is talking about the multiple artery and ventricle system. Okay, you can in a meantime, in a free time, just go with that. Just read the name. No need to memorize. Okay, don't try that one. It is little huge thing. So, but just read one time everything. Okay, see this, how the blood flows. So I wish if I could write down this diagram in my bachelor's degree or in my school time, I would get full marks for the cardiovascular system. See, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, it will come, blood will come to the heart, right atrium. Tricuspid valve will open, it will go to the right ventricle. After right ventricle, pulmonary valve will open and all the blood will go to the pulmonary artery, from pulmonary artery to the lung capillaries. In the lung capillaries, carbon dioxide and oxygen will exchange, and now it will become a pulmonary vein. From pulmonary vein, oxygenated blood comes to the left atrium. In left atrium, mitral valve will open and all the blood will go to the left ventricle. From left ventricle, aortic wall will open. All the blood will go to the aorta, and from the aorta will be will be forgotten multiple times and create many arteries. All this artery which we can see here, this has been derived from the aorta. Okay, so if I'm talking about the blood will have three types of cells: erythrocyte, leukocyte, and thrombocyte. Thrombocytes are platelets, leukocytes are WBC, and erythrocytes are RBC. RBCs carries oxygen. Okay, that does not have a nucleus. It means there is no DNA on the RBC. If you wonder, yeah, if I donate my blood, my DNA will go to the recipient. No, RBC is the cells which does not have a DNA. It means that it does not have a nucleus even. Okay, that is why if I'm getting a blood from any criminal, I will not be a criminal minded. Correct. Then white blood cells also we have a different 5 types there. Okay, basophil, eosinophil. The main function of the RBC is carrying oxygen, and function of a white blood cells is a protection and fighting of the foreign material. Then we have a platelets, which is responsible for coagulation or a clotting. Okay. This coronary artery I will tell you. Okay, later I will tell you. Anyhow, you have completed medicine topic, so you all know about the coronary artery. Anyhow, I'll discuss that. So blood pressure, these are some disorders. Okay, hypertension, abnormal blood pressure, always continuous high blood pressure is known as a hypertension. High blood pressure, sometime if I'm running, if I'm jogging, if I'm doing any exercise, or if I'll some other activity, it may increase my blood pressure. It doesn't mean that I have a hypertension. High blood pressure is a phenomena which may occurs with when at the time of exertion. But if my body have a high blood pressure even on the rest condition, then it is a hypertension case. Then coronary artery blockage. It is also known as coronary artery disease or known as CAD, atherosclerosis, heart disease, coronary artery disease, coronary atherosclerosis. This all are a same disease. Means the blockage of coronary artery. Coronary arteries are the arteries which is responsible to provide blood to the heart muscle, right? It is providing blood to the heart muscle. So if it get blocked, definitely my heart muscle will not get a proper blood supply. No proper blood supply means no food, no oxygen, and it will start dying. That will lead to the heart attack. Okay. This is a grafting which is known as the bypass graft. So cardiac arrest, sudden unexpected loss of a heart function, breathing and consciousness. When heart suddenly stops pumping blood, that is a cardiac arrest part. Arrhythmia. How you read this? It's actually arrhythmia, but I used to read it arrhythmia. Rhythm. It means a melody, right? It is on the rhythm. If you are singing any song, it should be very nice rhythm. But if arrhythmia means abnormal rhythm, abnormal music. So if the patient's heart is not conducting electrical signal properly, okay, then it may cause arrhythmia. So in this arrhythmia, we will find out that there will be a complication, there will be a problem with the compression and dilation also. Then peripheral artery disease, it is very similar to coronary artery disease, but the location is different. Coronary artery disease is a blockage of the coronary artery. Peripheral artery disease is a blockage of any other artery, any other arteries in the extremities. Stroke, yes, this is a brain stroke we are talking about. When the brain arteries or cerebral arteries are blocked, our brain muscle will not get a proper blood supply. That time it's a CVA, cerebro, it's a brain vascular blood vessel accident. Congenital heart disease, the baby born with some heart disease. That is a congenital heart disease. Atherosclerosis is a blockage again. Angina is a heart pain. It's a primary symptoms of a heart attack. Ischemia is a less oxygen on the muscle. A shortage of oxygen. It can lead to the death of the muscle. Congestive heart failure. This is one chronic condition. This is not like a heart failure means patient will die today only. He got heart failure today. Oh, that is a heart attack. Heart attack and cardiac arrest. This congestive heart failure is a chronic condition where you can see we have two types of a congestive heart failure, okay, or CHF, diastolic and systolic. In a diastolic, you can see ventricles are not sufficient, right? So heart can't fill. So there will be blood, there will be some bloods in atrium again all the time. And in systolic, ventricles are too dilated. So heart cannot pump that time. So blood will always be there. Some blood amount of the blood will always be there on the ventricle. Okay. Cardiomegaly. Megaly means enlargement. Cardio means heart. If the heart is enlarged, that is known as a cardiomegaly. Atrial fibrillation is a type of arrhythmic disorder. Okay, where arrhythmia and atrial fibrillation and atrial flutter. There are two types of arrhythmic disorder. Irregular heartbeat disorder. Varicose veins. This you might have heard about this. Okay, when the veins are not in a straight line, it will be some like a worm shape. Right. Then we have an aneurysm. Okay, aneurysm. Okay, Kifa is joining now. What happened, boss? Kifa, you join now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, the class was at 12. Okay, we discuss about all the anatomy part of the heart. Please watch YouTube
videos. Yes, sir. It's fine.
Great, no problem. Aneurysm. Aneurysm is a ballooning of artery. Ballooning. You can see this one. This is a good diagram to understand what aneurysm is. Okay. Thrombus, emboli, blood clot. See, blockage of the artery is atherosclerosis. Okay. The blockage of the artery is atherosclerosis in which we have plaques. Plaque means cholesterol and any other things. But if it is a blood clot, that is known as thrombus or embolism. Okay. See, this is very dangerous because this blood clot, if it will go to somewhere else, it can block that part also. Okay, so whatever disease we have seen in the cardiovascular part, what we will do in a surgery, we will treat it with a surgical method. Fine. So we are going to see in this chapter cardiac device, which is a pacemaker or a defibrillator. Correct? One second. Okay. We have a cardiac device, pacemaker or defibrillator. I'll tell you what is the difference between pacemaker and defibrillator. What we have, what the things we have here. Then we have a CABG, which is very commonly known as a bypass graft. You might have heard about this one. That what, yeah, my uncle, no, he have gone through the bypass surgery. Now he's doing good. Right? So that is a CABG, coronary artery bypass graft. Then we have a central venous catheter placement. Tunneled, non-tunneled PICC line. This is to deliver drugs on the heart. Then ECMOs, ECLS, which is heart and lung support. Support means when the heart or lung or both stop working or we made it to stop, like for the heart transplant or a CABG surgery or any other procedure where we don't want that heart should work. But if heart will not work, patient will die. So we will keep those patients into the ECMOs and ECLS service machines that will act as a artificial heart or artificial lung. Okay. Then we have a heart and lung transplant, embolectomy, thrombectomy. This is the only things which we are going to see in this chapter. And appendix L that I will tell you. Okay, this is the only chapter which topics which we are going to see in this chapter. Fine. So that's what I told you. That we have very few topics here, but each topics is for that. For each topics you have to give 200% focus. Okay. Shall we start now? Good to start.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. So now, first thing we will talk about the arrhythmia. Okay, means heart is not in a rhythm. So for that, we will insert a device which is known as a pacemaker. Pace is also rhythm, no? So pacemaker, a device which is making rhythm, which is making pace. That is why pacemaker. Same device we have another name is a defibrillator. But there is a small difference between the defibrillator and pacemaker. Defibrillator can generate electrical shock when it required. When the heart suddenly stops working, the defibrillator is the device which will develop or generate electric shock. Other than that, no difference between pacemaker and defibrillator. So pacemaker looks like this. See? So this you can see Medtronic, that may be the brand name and a company name. And then we have two wires. Here you can see two wires. In that other image in the right side, you can see only one wire. Okay. So it may have one wire, it may have two wires based on the condition. Okay. This, what you can see, is a battery. This is known as a battery. And the wire is known as a lead. The wire is known as lead here. Okay. And the other part is a battery. So here, a battery and lead have an other name. Please write down. Battery is known as a pulse generator. Come to this code 33212 and write down on the top of your book. Battery is known as pacemaker and lead, electrode is known as a lead. Electrode and lead is same. Battery and pulse generator is same. Okay. Now we have single chamber pacemaker, dual chamber pacemaker, multiple chamber pacemaker. The pacemaker, the chamber depends how many leads you have. This is, I can tell you, it is a dual chamber pacemaker because we have two leads. Okay. For this one, this is single chamber pacemaker because it has a single lead. Good. Now, what type of procedures we have? Procedures are, we have here, is maybe for insertion, it may be removal, it may be repair, or it may be replacement. What all? Insertion, removal, repair, replacement. That's what we can do. But here the thing is, we can do with the entire pacemaker, or we can do with the individual component also. So we have a code, separate code for insertion of a lead. We have a separate code for insertion of a battery only also, and we have a separate code for insertion of a pacemaker, complete set of a pacemaker also. Good. Similar way, we have a removal of lead, we have a removal of battery, we have a removal of pacemaker also. Good. So now you can see we have okay. So finally, now we are coming to the type of a pacemaker. So first we have a epicardial pacemaker versus, the first thing is the epicardial pacemaker. Second thing is a transvenous pacemaker. Epicardial. Epi means outside. Cardia means heart. Okay. Second is a transvenous. So this you can see in a diagram. It is a transvenous pacemaker where we are inserting the lead into the blood vessels, venous veins, and that will go to the chambers of a heart. That is why trans means via, venous means vein, via vein. Epicardial means we will not insert on into the blood vessel. Our lead will touch outside the heart. So that is very rare that what that one? Epicardial pacemaker. Okay. I will show you the image of epicardial. Okay, we don't have. You can find that image. But can you tell me which type of pacemaker it is? This diagram.
Transvenous.
Transvenous, very good. In a transvenous, it is single, double, or multiple?
Multiple.
Multiple.
Very good. Multiple. You understood the concept now. Okay. So single lead, a pacemaker or an implantable defibrillator with pacing and sensing function in only one chamber of the heart. Okay. Dual chamber, two chamber of the heart. Multiple chamber, three or more chamber. Three or more what? Three or four. So mostly it is on three. Fourth chamber mein to patient will die that time by meanwhile. Okay. So we have multiple chambers also. Now, this words pulse generator is a battery for pacemaker and defibrillator, lead or electrode, that wire, subcutaneous pocket. Achha, if we are inserting that leads into the heart, okay, where will the battery will be? Can we carry battery outside of our body? There is no remote battery, first of all. We need battery, which is connected to the wire. So for battery, we have to make a pouch. We have to create a pouch in a shoulder part. That is known as a pulse generator pocket, subcutaneous pockets. See this. This battery is placed into the skin, below the skin. So that is known as a subcutaneous pockets. Transvenous, via vein. Epicardial, outside the heart. Okay. Thoracotomy. Okay. One suffix you should know about here. In a surgery, otomy.
Opening.
When I will add this otomy word, it means to cut or to cut. Thoraco means thorax, chest area. Cutting the chest area. So opening of the chest wall is the procedure requiring the process required to assess the epicardial location used when the leads can't be inserted transvenously. Yeah. Now come to the first code of the pacemaker. Okay, before that, now we have a heart and pericardium, so I'm just skipping that codes. I'm directly coming, and you have a full paragraph, two-page theory on this. Whatever I told you, same thing documented in the theory part of your book. So now first come to 33202 code, which is a epicardial electrode pacemaker, and I'm going to tell you many things which you should write down into your book. Okay, so 33202 insertion of a epicardial electrode, open incision, endoscopic incision. Endoscopic method. Endoscopic method means we are not making a cut. Okay, it may be from the thoracoscopy or from the pericardioscopy. Means we are inserting a tube. Scopy means tube insertion. In a surgery, we have two types of a procedure. One is a open, the second one is a close. Open means we have to make a large cut, and close means we may use our natural opening, mouth, nose, okay, anus, ears, or else we have to make a small cut only, just a 1-inch cut. 202, 203, make a set, write down epicardial or highlight epicardial. And write down electrode. Okay, epicardial electrode. This is not for complete system. This is only and only for electrode.
Electrode means?
I told you, we can insert, we can repair, we can replace, we can remove. Electrode also, battery also, a complete system also. So this is only and only for electrode. Good. Now come to 33206, 207, 208. Make a set, write down system. System means here we are talking about the pacemaker system. We have only two codes for epicardial, okay, 202 and 203. Rest all codes are for transvenous only. So here 206, 7 and 8, it is an insertion of a complete system. Now system includes pacemaker as well as electrode. Now what is the difference between these three codes? Why we have three codes for a system? One is for 206 and 207. Both are for single chamber. But chamber is also different, atria or ventricle, right? So for 206, it's a atrial. 207, it's a ventricle.
Arterial and ventricle both. That's the type we have to double.
208 is a dual chamber.
Both.
Atria or ventricle. Atria and ventricle. So they are using vein. Transvenous, right? Means vena cava they are using. So vena cava is opening on the right side. And Why we are inserting pacemaker? Because of the arrhythmia. So rhythm also generated from the right sinus node. So when we are talking about the first single chamber or dual chamber, it will represent only on the right side. Okay, it's only right side. Because everything is depends on the right side only. We can easily go to the right side via vein. The impulse is also generated from the right side only. So this is only for right side. Okay, we have few guidelines that do not report 206, 7 and 8 with conjunction with 227, 228, 229, and do not report 6, 7, 8 along with 1617. Just highlight. We will come back to these guidelines. 33210 and 211. This is temporary pacemaker. Insertion or a replacement of a temporary pacemaker, temporary transvenous single chambered electrode or pacemaker. So 210 is a single chamber, 211 is a dual chamber. But both are temporary. Now come to 212, 213, 221. First thing, write down only battery. Where it is? 212, 213 and 221. This one. Only battery. It means it's an insertion of a battery for single chamber, for dual chamber, for multiple chamber. Only battery we are inserting. First we have seen 6, 7, 8, that is for insertion of a complete pacemaker. This 212, 3 and 221 is a insertion of a only battery. Okay. 33214. 214 says upgrade of implanted pacemaker system, conversion of a single chamber. First thing, highlight upgrade. Conversion of a single chamber system to dual chamber system. Means we are converting single chamber to dual chamber. Means patient already have pacemaker, which is a single chamber. Now I am upgrading it. Means that is not enough for the patient. Now I am converting it into dual chamber. Good. What is included in this code? Includes removal of previous placed pulse generator, testing of existing lead, insertion of a new lead, insertion of a new pulse generator. Suppose patient have a single chambered pacemaker which require 1000 capacity battery. Okay. Now patient is coming for the upgrade. Now we have to from today onwards, patient will carry dual chamber pacemaker. So what I can do, I have to remove battery because the previous battery was only having 1000 capacity, which can provide strength only to the single chamber. Now patient have a dual chamber, so that is why I have to change battery also, right? 2000 capacity we have to insert. Then the the previous lead I can remove and check whether it is working fine or not. And even I can replace also if required. And then I can insert a second lead also, which is for that patient is coming. So that is a insertion of a second lead. That is a upgrade procedure. So always remember what all is included here. Fine. Highlight upgrade 1 to 2 means single chamber to dual chamber. This also you cannot report along with 1617, 227, 228, 229. So we will check that one. Now come to 215. 215 is a repositioning of the previous implanted transvenous pacemaker or implantable defibrillator right atrium to right ventricle. Can I call it as an upgrade? Yes, guys.
No.
Can I conceive? No, na?
No.
Why so?
No.
Repost.
Yeah, why? Because yes, patient will have single chamber only, right? Previously, before today, patient had a atrial chamber which is single chamber. After today, again patient will have a single chamber, but its location is only changed. It was atrium, now it's a ventricle. Good. Okay. 216, 217. Make a set. Write down only lead. So my okay, it's given only. I thought I will ask you. See, 20678. We have for complete set, right? So 212 plus 216. Can I code it as a 206? We have a separate code for insertion of a battery. We have a separate code for insertion of a lead. And we have a separate code for complete system. So if patient is coming for lead insertion and battery insertion, it means total pacemaker only we are inserting. We have to go with the combo code. Okay. Do not code battery code separate and lead code separate. Because we have a combo code here. (216) is for single chamber and 217 is for dual chamber, 2 electrode. (218) or 220. 218 and 220 make a set. I'm just checking if I'm getting a well get or not. Repair of electrode, lead repair. Now we are moving from the insertion to repair. Repair of a lead. So repair of a single electrode and repair of a 2 electrode. Single chamber, dual chamber. Three three triple two double two three. That is a relocation of a skin pocket. One is for pacemaker, second is for defibrillator. Okay. Chalo. Next come to, I don't have a slide for that, okay, the codes only. Come to 224. Now in 224, please highlight it's an insertion of a lead or electrode only. But that is not on the right side. It's a left side electrode insertion. Also known as left ventricular pacing. So for left ventricular pacing, we have two codes, 224 and 225. 225 is an add-on code. The parent code for 225 is not 224, which usually we see, right? Always the add-on code will be coming after parent code. This is not like that. Here, we have a parent code down. You can see 33225. Use 33225 in conjunction with 206, 207, 208, 212, 213, 214, 216, 217, and so many codes. Good. Then what is the difference between 224 and 225? Both are left ventricular pacing. Then what is the difference? So the difference is, suppose patient have today, see, left ventricular pacing is very uncommon. Okay, uncommon means first, if the patient is going on the pacemaker, it will be first on the right side, right atrium, first chamber. If it is not working, first chamber is not working, then it will go to the dual chamber. If even dual chamber is also not working, then only they can go for the left ventricular pacing. So it's an advanced stage. Okay. So if patient already have first chamber, single chamber, dual chamber already have, but it's not working, and today patient is coming for left ventricular pacing. So the only procedure today what they will perform is a left ventricular pacing. So that time you will go 224. Okay?
Okay.
Nothing else. If patient is coming only and only for left ventricular pacing, 224. 224 cannot be coded along with any other procedure. Okay? Except the epicardial. But if patient have to have single chamber, okay, single chamber or dual chamber. Sorry, patient have a single chamber. Today we are making it dual chamber plus multi chamber. Or patient does not have any pacemaker, any other pacemaker, not a single chamber, dual chamber. Doctor decided, nahi, we will directly go to the multiple chamber. Patient's condition is so severe, I cannot take a risk. I cannot go with a single chamber, dual chamber. Let's go with the multi chamber first. Okay. Or any other procedure related to pacemaker is performed along with the insertion of a left ventricular pacing. That time you will code that any other procedure and you will code 225. At the time of insertion of an implantable defibrillator or pacemaker, pulse generator, and all. Understood my point? If today patient is coming only and only for left side ventricular pacing, not other part, only on the left side, then 224. If patient is coming for left side along with any other procedure, then that any other procedure along with 225. Okay, tell me if you have any doubt on this. All good? Read the guidelines also. Okay, 226 is a repositioning of the previously implanted cardiac venous system. It means on the left side only we are just removing and replacing the left side lead. We are not doing repositioning onto the atrium. Patient had left side ventricular electrode. After operation also it is only left side only. We are just removing the electrode and placing a new electrode. You can see electrode including removal, insertion and replacement of the existing generator also. Existing generator means pulse generator. 33233 removal of a pacemaker, pulse generator. Removal of battery, that does not depends which battery it is. Okay. 33, 227, 228, 229 make a set. Write down removal plus replacement of a battery. Good. Removal and replacement of battery. Single lead, dual lead, multiple lead. So I hope you are marking that in your book. 33234, 235. Removal of a lead. Only lead. Removal of lead only. And 236, 237, removal of a epicardial electrode, which we have inserted 202, 203. This is a removal of that. 33238, removal of a transvenous electrode by. So now you might be wondering, yeah, this many things we have highlighted, but how you will remember during exam? This book so you cannot carry in exam. Then what is the use of writing these things? These writings and whatever you did, it is for your practice. For exam, you can utilize this table. This table is given into your book before or after. Before that, do not do. One page. So all the things we have discussed till now, this is the easiest method to find out the code. See, first 4 line is an insertion of a lead only, which is showing 216, 217, 217 plus 224 and NA. That is the insertion of a lead. The next 3 line, okay, do I have highlighted? One second, no. Here. Okay. First 4 is only lead. Next 3 is only battery. 3 is for device, complete system. Can we go to question? Or just highlight this one, okay? 227, 228, 229 is a removal plus replacement of a battery. Chalo, we'll solve question. You might be thinking that it's very difficult. Let's prove it that it's easy. A patient has a transvenous biventricular pacing system inserted How would you report this service? Go to table. Insertion of a system. It's complete system, no? Battery, electrode, both. And that too they are saying biventricular. So it's not dual chamber. Okay, biventricular means both ventricle. Both ventricle means multiple chamber or left ventricular pacing. Can you tell me what is the code for complete system insertion of a biventricular? So biventricular will come under multiple.
खाली आली टाक
208, sir.
208 is a and 225. See, only 208 is not enough, right? 208 is for atrium and ventricle. It's a dual chamber, but here they are talking about biventricular. Now you may have thought, we may ask, but atrium is not given. Why we are doing all? They only wrote here biventricular. But what I told you, that initially first they will start with the single chamber, then it will go to the dual chamber, then only it will go to the multiple chamber. Multiple chamber, before going to multiple chamber, the previous two chambers should be occupied. Or if today only they have decided, then also it will be all three chambers. Okay, so 208 only is a atrium and atrium ventricular. So A option cancel. 224 you cannot code with 208. What I told you, right? So C option cancel. 211 and 213. What is 211? Is only for insertion of a. That is for temporary. Temporary one. It's not temporary. So what is the answer then? 208 and 225. With the same answer you will get in a table also. See here. Second last line. Initial pulse generator insertion of the replacement plus insertion of the lead. It means complete system. 208 plus 225. This is for pacemaker. First row is for pacemaker. Second row is for defibrillator. 249 plus 225. No. So I did not tell you the codes for a defibrillator because it's very similar than what we have seen in a pacemaker. Good. A patient has a transvenous biventricular pacemaker system inserted 2 years back. Today, replacement of a single lead is performed. Replacement means? Yes, guys, replacement means removal and what? Removal and insertion. So do we have a single code for removal and insertion of the lead? We don't have. What you can do? You can code removal code separate, you can code insertion code separate. So 33234 and 216. Check if it is correct or not. Don't get these codes, okay? If you'll not understand today, then no, you won't understand anywhere anytime then. Good. Check second question. Today, replacement of a pulse generator, replacement of a battery. Do I need to go removal of battery and insertion of battery? For that also we have a code. But we have one more code 229, which is a replacement, removal and replacement of the battery. For battery, you have a code for removal and insertion, but not for the electrode. Good. Okay. This one, give me answer. Here it is not highlighted. Patient had a transvenous biventricular pacemaker multi-chamber system inserted 2 years back. Removal of battery pulse is performed and the patient taken to the ECMO service in the ICU by Dr. A. Today, the surgeon another plays a new battery. How to code the surgeon's service?
So 233.
Okay, what is done here today? New battery insertion. That is the only thing they have done today. Okay. Removal of battery has been performed by Dr. A. Today it's an insertion of a battery, which is done by the different doctor. Right? So here you will code only insertion code. What is the answer? Insertion of a battery. Yes, guys, what is the answer for this?
D.
You can see na, in the table, insertion of a battery on the biventricular. It means a multiple chamber. So 221 only insertion. Check the table. Go and check the table. Initial pulse generator insertion only with existing multiple leads. Mr. Johnson performed Mr. Ditter's pacemaker insertion procedure. Dr. Johnson performed a thoracotomy for epicardial lead placement in the right atrium and ventricle and inserted the pulse generator. What you will code? Can I code 208? Come on, guys. Come on. 208 can we code? No, that is a transvenous. So B option cancelled. 202 will be the correct answer, which is a epicardial. But along with 202, what we can code? 212 or 213, or only 202 is enough.
213.
213, which is for existing dual lead. That's correct. It's dual lead, no? Yes, dual lead. 212 is for single chambered pacemaker. Right? Battery insertion only for single chamber. And 213 is for multiple chamber. Sorry, dual chamber. Correct? We don't have any code, any combo code with the epicardial one. So we'll code 202, which is epicardial insertion of a lead along with 213. That you can see down also. Just down to 202, 203, we'll see when epicardial lead placement is performed with the insertion of the generator. Report 202, 203 in the conjunction with 212, 213, 221, 230, 231, and 240. Okay, see here. In this condition, you have two answers. One answer which is B and one answer which is in a colorful red color. Mr. Baker was talking with his friends when he suddenly collapsed. He was admitted to the hospital and scheduled for the replacement of a dual chamber permanent pacemaker. Replacement of a dual chamber pacemaker. What does it mean? They will remove lead from atrium and ventricle. They will insert lead to atrium ventricle. They will remove pacemaker pulse generator battery and they will insert new battery. That is the meaning of a dual chamber permanent pacemaker replacement. Right? Now tell me how these two both are correct answer. Option B, which is 208, 235 and 233 and 228, 235 and 217. Can you quickly check these two options? See, we have a two method to perform this procedure. If I want to remove if replacement of a dual chamber, it means I want to remove battery, I want to insert a battery, I want to remove leads, I want to insert new leads. So I can code in a two ways. First thing, I have a combo code for removal and insertion of a battery that I can code, and then I can code removal of battery, removal of lead, and insertion of a lead. Two different code. That is a one way. Second thing, I can code removal of lead and removal of battery separate and insertion of a complete set with this 208. Good. That is why we have this two option. And don't worry that both option will not be given in a question. Good. Okay, so this is what about pacemaker. Acha, no. Come to this question. Immediately prior to insertion of a permanent pacemaker and placing an electrode into the ventricle, the same physician surgically created a pocket to hold the pulse generator. How should the physician report the creation of the pocket? Tell me.
pocket is included.
Very good. Yes, skin pocket will be included. We have to code insertion of a pulse generator. That's true, but skin pocket validation, skin pocket creation, we can skip. It should be included on the major procedure. Okay, this is last question. Chalo. Physician changes the old battery to a new battery on the patient's dual chamber permanent pacemaker. Very easy question. Yeah. Okay, tell me.
D.
Changes means removal and replacement.
Replacement.
Correct. So what will be the answer for this? Guys, where is the removal and replacement code? If you want, you can just check the table again. It's a removal and replacement of a battery 227, 228, and 229. It's a dual chamber 228. Correct. Okay. Sometime you will see 10 question you will get as a case studies. Right? You will get in exam as a case study. So case study question will be little big like this. So that here, do not worry. See, I'm telling you, case studies are very, very simple. People just scared with the big question. There's not a big question. The question only is big, but what is the important part? That is only a small thing. Here, the red color is given device implanted pacemaker dual chamber. That's it. Remaining parts, all the parts they have given what they have done. This is not only about the lead. This is not only about the battery. This is about the complete system they are inserting. That to dual chamber. Take 2 minutes and read all the entire question, and you will find this is they are talking about the complete insertion of a pacemaker. Yes, you got this? Done? Guys, any doubt? Any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
All good. Okay. So this type of you will getting, if you will get this kind of procedure note, in that the title will be shown. Whatever is the title, that is your actual procedure thing. Okay. The remaining, the description of a procedure is a step by step description only, how they have performed the procedure, that you can verify. Yes, if you want it, definitely you have to verify on this, that whether they have initially they were talking about the dual chamber insertion of pacemaker, but because of some complication they have done only single chamber, then that should be verified in a question. Okay. So in that also, the last 3-4 line is enough to understand if they have performed this procedure completely or not. Okay, so pacemaker, defibrillator done. Let's do one more small topic. Good to go? It's too slow that today. Too slow today. One second. I'll share my screen. Okay, it was stuck, so I'm trying after stopping the share. We'll do CABG. At least you will feel that yes, this weekend we have this Saturday class we have done something. My screen is visible.
Invisible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's too slow, man. What happened today? Okay. So coronary artery, you can see this screen, right? So coronary arteries are the 5 coronary arteries which we have 3 on the left, 2 on the right, which is responsible to supply blood to the heart muscle. That's true. What happened if the coronary artery get blocked? We can find out the blockage with the help of angiography first, right? Then we can go for the angioplasty, which is a balloon angioplasty, stent placement, atherectomy. These are all non-surgical parts which we have seen in the medicine topic, right? You remember? Trees fell down on the road. BBMP people will come. They will take out that trees on the road. That is balloon angioplasty. They will create a barricade. That is a stent placement. They will chop the tree into the small pieces. Atherectomy. I hope you remember the example. Now, after that also, if it is the blockage is not cleared, okay, then there is only one way we can intact the blood supply, which is a CABG. It means bypass graft. we will create a bypass graft from the aorta or other arteries to the after the blocked session. After the blockage, see, okay, let me show you the one more. Here you can see there is a blockage on the red color artery. Okay, so blood supply is not intact. So what we have done, we have created a graft which is taking blood from the aorta to the point number B. B means down to the blockage. Earlier there was a very less or no blood supply. Correct? Understood how it is? How this CABG works? Just concept. 15 minutes, guys. We are finished then. And it's very easy. Good. Now tell me one thing. If I am doing grafting, what is that? What is that graft? Is that plastic? Is that artery? Is that vein? Is that animal source? It is any other things? What it is? That grafted material.
Own body is protein.
Oh, very good. So actually, this is from our own body. Okay, means patient's own body. Achha, is it artery or vein? Is it artery or vein?
Vein, I guess so.
Okay, because the diameter is more. That may be here, or it may be artery also. It may be artery, it may be vein. Okay. That's why you can see here we have a blue in color also and red in color also. Okay. That will be harvested from our own body. Now, let's see. If it is 1 or 2, it may be 1, it may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 4. It may be 5, it may be 6 also. See? Single graft, double graft, triple graft, quadruple graft, multiple graft. Okay. So if it is 2, suppose it is a 2 graft. Both will be artery, both will be vein, or it may be combo also. Anyone? Shakti, Nivedita, Gautam. It may be combo also. It may be artery, it may be vein, or it may be combo also. Any possibility. So that is why it's very, very easy. Okay, we do not have to stick with any particular rule. Okay. Now, come to the code 33510, 511, 512, 513, 514 and 516. This is vein graft. When we are taking out the vein from our body, the patient's own body, and we are grafting on the CABG. Okay. When we are creating a graft for the coronary artery, but the grafted material is a vein. It is known as a vein graft. If we are taking single vein, or we are creating single graft, 510. If we are creating dual graft, 2 graft, 511. If we are creating 3 graft, 512. Good? Yeah? Similar way, for we have a arteries also. 533, 34, 35, 36. Based on the number of artery, we have to code it. How easy it is. So if I'll tell, here 3 vein graft has been placed. What is the answer?
535.
530. Vein graph 5.
512.
512. 3 artery graph 535. Easy, no? The thing is for combo graft when we are talking about artery and vein. Okay, so for artery and vein also we have a separate code. Separate code is 517 to 530. We come to 517 to 530. In that combo code 517, 518, 519, 520 to 122, you will see that is a add-on code. It means there must be a parent code. So parent code will be down given 533 through 36. It means by artery. It means the combination code is not talking about the total artery and total vein. They are only talking about number of veins. But they said it's a combo code. Okay. Actually, this is not a combo code. Combo code means what? We have to code only one code. But here, this add-on codes are giving nature of the code. I would not say combo code. I would preferably say that it's showing nature of the codes, nature of the grafting. I don't know why they have made it little difficult, little complicated. Otherwise, they could delete this add-on codes and simply for combination code you can code artery and vein, right? That would be very easy. But here we have to code for artery, we have to code artery code. But for vein, you cannot code you cannot go with the 510, 511, 512. You have to code 517, 518, 519. Just if on the same patient, if the combo graft has been done, artery and vein, then you have to code artery code, and instead of vein code 510, 511, 512, you have to code 517, 518 wala code. Done. Good? That one thing you need to remember. Fine? Guys, are we good? What happened?
So can you repeat again?
That one. Okay, good, sir. I don't know, 12 o'clock, everyone is so silent. See, if I tell you what you will code for venous graft, you have 510, 511, 512 wala code. If I ask you what you will code for arterial graft, you have 533, 534, 535 wala code. But if I ask you what you will code for combo, artery and vein, then you have to code artery code separate, 533, 34, 35, right? And for vein, instead of a 510, 511, 512, you will code 517, 518, 519 code. You just replace the 510 code to 517. It means the series, the 510 to 516 series, you can replace from 517 to 523. That's the only change. See,
sir, but these are add-ons, right, sir? 317.
517, 518, these all are add-on code. So we are coding parent code also, na? 533, 534. For combo, for combination grafting, you have to code two code. Okay, one for artery, which is a parent code, and one for vein, which is add-on code. Now it's clear. Now you got this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, na? For artery, you have to code artery code. For vein, you have to code vein code. But if artery and vein both are documented, you have to code two code. One for artery and for as a parent code, and one for vein, which is an add-on code. Last thing about the CABG. Then after that, we are done with the class. Harvesting code. Okay. Harvesting means what? We taking the graft, taking the blood vessel from the own body, patient's own body. For that also we need to code. We need to code some code. Harvesting code. Okay. But here the nature, the concept is the normal area which can be taken for the grafting. We will not going to code harvesting code. The only thing, if it is some special area, from there only you have to code. So for artery, how you can remember? You can remember any technique. What I remember, okay, when I was preparing, how I remember. For venous grafting, saphenous vein is included. VS. You can remember by anyone's name also. You can remember my name also. V for Vinay, S for anything else. So VS included. In venous graft, saphenous vein, that only one vein harvesting is included. Apart from this saphenous vein, if they are taking from upper extremity, I have to code 35500. If they are taking from the lower extremity fibropopliteal vein, which is about our thigh region, then we have to code 35572. Okay. In venous, one is included, rest other things we have to code. In artery, everything is included except a radial artery. So in artery, you have to code radial artery code 35600. AR. Clear? Again, for venous, saphenous is included. If they are harvesting from saphenous vein, included. But if they are taking from any other place, like upper extremity and lower extremity, you have to code this code 35550 and 35572. But for artery, everything is included except radial artery. And these guidelines you will get in just about to 33510. Okay, the paragraph which is just about to 33510, procurement of saphenous vein graft is included in the description of the 510 to 516 and should not be reported separate service as a co-surgery. To report harvesting of the upper extremity 35500, in addition to the bypass procedure, to report the harvesting of the femoropopliteal, it means a lower extremity, report 35572. Okay, the modifier 80 and all you can skip. Same thing for artery. For artery, you will get 33533. Top to that, procurement of the artery for the grafting is included in the description of the work 33533 536 and should not be reported to a separate service or a co-surgery except when an upper extremity artery, radial artery is procured. For that 35600 we have to code. Okay, tell me here. Okay, what do you think here? Acha, tell me, artery or vein?
Vein.
Artery vein here. Double coronary bypass for surgeon harvested saphenous vein for the procedure. Is it artery graft or venous graft?
Venous.
Vein. Vein graft because they have taken saphenous vein. Do I need to code saphenous vein code procurement? Harvesting code do I need?
Yes.
Okay, let's see again.
No, we don't need.
See, do not record for procurement or harvesting of a saphenous vein. In venous, saphenous is included. So if it is included, I will not code two code. I will code only one code, which is the A option. Correct? This one, the surgeon harvested radial artery for the procurement. In So this is arterial graft. In arterial graft, everything is included except radial artery. Right? So for radial artery, I have to code 35572. Which is answer then?
C.
It's a very small thing we need to remember. Okay? That is why I'm closing today's class. I don't want to go for any other procedures, so that you can focus on at least these two types of things. And definitely you will get a question from these two. So here, radial artery only. That to two grafts they have created. From one radial artery, they have taken sample. They have taken as radial artery only and created two grafts from there. So we have to code 33534 for two grafting. That is a grafting procedure. And 35572 is a harvesting procedure. Present to the OR operating room for triple coronary artery graft. Okay. Three arteries graft. Three grafting. Matlab. The surgeon harvested femoral artery for one graft and saphenous vein for two grafts. Saphenous vein is included. Femoral artery is included or not? Femoral artery included or not?
Included.
Correct. In artery, everything is included except radial artery.
Answer is
So
D.
here, no harvesting code. We should not code any harvesting code. We'll code two venous grafting and one arterial grafting. Done. How easy it is. See, types of graft we have to find out first. Artery or vein, where the graft harvested from upper or lower extremity. Okay. So I would say, forget about the FTR. Remember this paragraph. I'll share that paragraph to you. Not a paragraph, this slide. It's too slow, yeah. This one. Okay. Read it. For arterial graft, do not code the harvesting of internal mammary or lower extremity artery. Code only harvesting of upper extremity radial artery 35600. For venous, we should not code only saphenous vein, rest all things we have to code. Combine, we'll follow the harvesting guideline. Okay, combination code, combination graft, you have to follow the harvesting guideline. But then you have to code two different codes for. Okay, any doubt?
No, sir, it's good.
It's good, no? Okay, guys. So this is we are